Hi guys, it's Erin from Ginger's Florals. Today we have a fun little project. Today I don't have a lot of time, but I want to make the most of my time. It's actually sunny, which is amazing. It's supposed to start raining like crazy tomorrow, and who knows how long that's gonna last. But I want to take some cuttings of my scented geraniums, both this chocolate one and the citrus smelling one. These are some of my absolute favorite foliages for the mid to late season and all the way up into the fall. They just do so fantastic. This chocolate, for the looks, it is the best. It always grabs attention. It's just gorgeous, and it grows like crazy, as you can see. Like I've been cutting on these pretty much every week for the last, 3 months, and you wouldn't even know it. They're just that good. So like I said, this one in particular, I've had a lot of people ask me where I get it and how I grow it and all that stuff. So I got a couple of plants down at the farmer's market just a couple years ago, and I grew them on that season, and I did just what I'm going to do now. I took some cuttings off of one, I dug one up and potted it and overwintered it in the greenhouse, and took more cuttings in the early spring, late winter, early spring, and got them growing. And then it's turned into this whole huge mass of them. These geraniums are not hardy in my area at all. They will die at the very first whiff of a frost, of a hard frost. So these, like the dahlias, they're not going to last. But both of them actually take really well to cuttings. I'll show you how I do it, but basically you just take a cutting, put it in some dirt, water it, and leave it be, and it will sprout. It's almost foolproof. So like I said, I'm going to take cuttings from this chocolate variety, which is so beautiful. And I'm also going to take cuttings from this citrus scented one. Oh, this one is my absolute favorite when it comes to scent. It almost smells like, I picture it like a lemon drop, like those little hard candies. It's got that lemon citrus, but it's also sort of sugary. Oh, it's so good. So good. It's the best. Every time, I really like to use it. I like to make bouquets with it because I get to smell it the whole time. And also, it's one of those things in the late season, there's not a lot of scent in any of the flowers. Dahlias don't have a scent. The strawflowers, zinnias, none of that stuff has any scent, but the foliage does. And this is a lifesaver to have that extra element, the extra sensory grab that is just so necessary. Oh, I wanted to show you guys too. Check this out. We're starting to get flowers on the chrysanthemums. They are not quite open enough. I was gonna cut some. Look at those guys. I was gonna cut a few. Today we're hosting my niece for her birthday, sweet girl, which is why I don't have a whole lot of time. But I was gonna come out and cut some of those flowers for her and make a sweet little arrangement. But they're not ready, and the dahlias are basically done. You can see these guys. Some of them, I'm sure I could dig around and find a few good flowers, but not really. They're pretty much toast. It's just time to clear everything out, which I know, I've said it before. I'm kind of okay with that. I'm ready for it. It's been a long, wonderful, super busy season, and I'm ready for the next season. Okay, so I'm going to set up a camera and I will show you how I take cuttings, and then I'll just get after it. Like I said, I'm going to get 4 cuttings of the lemon, 4 cuttings of the chocolate. I'm going to try and dig up a couple. I have pots here to do that with. I might even try, if you can see that over there, the eucalyptus. I might try to dig up one of those, see if I can't overwinter that. Eucalyptus sometimes can overwinter here, but I can't leave it in the ground because we have a septic and a well, and they're like water pumps, and I don't want anything to happen to our infrastructure for our house. So yeah, okay, let me just set up a camera and I'll show you what I'm after. Okay, we're gonna use this branch in particular. I'm just gonna cut it off and then I'll show you what I'm gonna do. Okay, you can see the stem that I just took off of this scented geranium. This is the chocolate one. So what I'm going to do is cut it just up below one of these little growth points. You see that little bit there? I'm going to cut it off here, take off these these leaves, probably cut off the tip of this one, and then put it in the dirt. Everywhere that these leaves come off becomes a spot for the roots to grow. Okay, so I'm going to cut it right here. And I'm going to top it. So I'm going to put it in the pot, just like this. This pot, I'm going to put it right here and bury it in. And I'm going to put 4 in each of these pots. And just like that. And then I'll water it in and it will sit. I'll keep it, moist. But it'll sit in the greenhouse until spring and just keep growing. I'll probably have to pot it up at some point. I'll take you along when I do that. Now this stem, the stem that's left, I can still use it. I'm going to do it again. I'm going to cut it right here. Take off this branch and leave this one here, because this, you still need a leaf in order to photosynthesize so that it can put out roots. But you don't want a bunch of them. Actually, I'm going to cut it right here. But you don't want, I'm going to take off this leaf and this leaf, because you don't want too much for the plant to try and keep alive, just enough so that it can start forming roots. My dogs are chasing birds. Okay, cutting it here. I'm going to take off this one and that one. See, just like that. And this guy, I'm actually going to cut off part of this leaf so that it doesn't, so that it can maintain the moisture and keep, just need enough to photosynthesize. You don't want any active growth. And too much of this, it will work too hard to keep that whole leaf alive and it could die. So again, we're going to put it in this pot, just like that, tamp it in there, and those roots will grow from those growth points. And that's all you got to do. Water it in, put it somewhere inside. And then the last one on this branch, I'm going to do it again. Same thing. I'm just going to cut off some of that extra. This one, cutting it just below the node. Take this guy off. I'm going to take this one off. I'm going to cut down this guy. Just a little bit smaller. And then put them in here. Tamp it down, we'll water it in, and that's the deal. Okay, that's the gist of taking cutting. So I'm just gonna cut a couple more branches, do the same thing for both this one and the citrus. They're the exact same process. And then I'll show you what it looks like when we got it all done. All right, guys, that's 8 cuttings, 4 from each of the types of geraniums. The only other thing, like I said, that I want to get done is to dig up one of each of those types, pot it up, and maybe go after one of those eucalyptus, though I'm not really sure that I need to. I probably just need to pull them. They're really easy to grow from seed. Okay, so I'm gonna get this part done and then we'll go get them watered in. Holy smokes. Look at that. Okay guys, that's gonna do it for this video. We've got our 2 pots of dug up scented geranium, 4 pots with 8 cuttings each variety to get into the greenhouse. I'll put them in there. The big ones will just go on the floor, the others on a bench. I'll water them in and they should be good to go until this winter. Well, I hope that you enjoyed this video. I know I had a lot of questions about this, so I hope that it answered them. If not, leave a comment. I try to answer all the questions. Again, I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope that you're inspired to get out and get something done, even if you only have an hour to get it done. And then I will, if you liked it, leave a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.